Hatsy, and I'm back with another build video, and today we are back in Medellia with, oh my gosh, I think it's part 4. I honestly don't know. I don't think that I named the last part. I think I just called it Revisited. So we're just going to be carrying on from then, and I'm excited. I'm really happy to be able to build in here again because I have loved building in here recently. It's such a fun world to build in, and I can't wait to show you what I did in this part. I feel like we did a lot in this part. So it's mainly just sorting out the back, but I think that once the back is all sorted, it's going to be a lot easier from this part onwards to do other things. So I'm hoping that the next part will be mainly doing a bridge in the middle of the castle. It's going to be some roofing in the next part, and also I think building some like little houses, which are going to be so fun to do. But yeah, I probably spent like an hour and a half just doing this part, and then I thought, well, that's probably enough, and I will do a voiceover for it. Why not? So I don't really have much to tell you just while we are just putting in the ivy and stuff. To be honest, a lot of my stories I'm trying to save up for the Ice Palace build video that I'm doing in The Sims 4 because it's a carry-on from the story that I was telling in that. But I thought about some really weird stuff that I can tell you. And there is somebody at the moment who I find really snotty, and I tend to see them a lot because they actually work on the building estate that I live on. Because in case you don't know, I live in a brand new house. It's just been built. And what happens is, like, you know, the estate agents, well, they're really snotty and they are at the front of the estate. And honestly, I've had so many issues with them. It's insane. So to begin with, we nearly didn't buy the house. We almost backed out because of how rude the woman was to us. So I don't really talk about my husband a lot in videos because I like to leave him out of stuff because it's for his own, like, privacy. I don't know how much he wants to be talked about. We've never actually spoken about that, but I think he'll be okay with it if I just tell you. So he's been working really hard the past, I think, like 5 or 6 years. He got his master's degree doing like engineering, and he's really smart, okay? He's so much smarter than me. I would never be able to do a master's degree. And I remember that when we first went out, I was just telling everyone how he had a master's degree because I've never been out with anyone that's had a master's degree before. So he's very clever, okay, in my opinion. So anyway, he's worked so hard to buy this house. Like, my YouTube would have contributed some towards it, but mainly like the furniture for the house, things like that. Because at the time when we bought it, my YouTube wasn't a career for me. It was just like a part-time hobby. But now it is like my job. But the thing is, it wouldn't have been enough to put towards the mortgage. And also you have to be working for, I think it's like a year before it counts towards the mortgage, and they can put you on for it. So the point of the story is, my husband's working really hard, and we've saved a lot because I used to be a nanny as well, so all the money that I saved doing that, it just went towards our future house. Anyway, we were signing the papers for it, and the woman was like showing us all the houses on like the estate and explaining what everything would be. She's explaining that there's going to be a school, there's going to be like a playground, there's going to be this, going to be that. Yeah, they promised loads of stuff and they haven't even delivered it yet. They promised me I'd have BT Infinity and we didn't have it. So that's why I had to start a petition. And I mean, like, they're claiming that they didn't even say it, but they did. But anyway, they're liars, okay? But anyway, this woman was like pointing out all the houses and stuff, and she pointed out an area which was, I think it's called the affordable living, but I'm not sure. And it's basically a deal that the builders do with the government. And it's when like people can't afford housing. So what happens is like the government step in and they help them like a lot with it. And they pretty much like buy the house and then the people rent it. They don't own it. I don't know how it works, but it's sort of like how the council houses work, I think. So I have absolutely nothing against that whatsoever. Like, I'm only just pointing it out because she pointed it out, and I didn't even think, like, I didn't even care. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't know why she pointed it out or felt the need to. But anyway, she said, like, because there was a massive pause after that, I didn't really know what to say to her, and she just said, yeah, that's where you'd be if you didn't have fortunate enough parents buying the house for you. Honestly, I couldn't believe it because wow, just how rude is that though? She's pretty much saying that my parents and like James's parents have just bought the house for us and we haven't saved up anything. I thought that was so rude, and like we nearly walked out. I was just like, I can't deal with this woman. She's really rude. I can't believe that she said that. That's just so out of order. But yeah, after that, we just had so many issues with them. Because like, as well, we're supposed to have this snag list. I think I've spoken about it, and I think I'll probably mention it in the ice palace, because the snag list is something else. But you basically have this list when you move in, and you have to correct things with new builds because a lot of things go wrong. So recently, just to point it out, my whole kitchen roof collapsed, but they're going to sort that out apparently. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about that because I made a tweet mistake. It wasn't my bathroom, it was my kitchen. So I didn't want to delete the tweet and just like tell you, because then I wouldn't have been able to explain that in the short amount that we get to tweet with. Anyway, moving on though, because that is completely irrelevant. I can't believe it. So after that, well, I've just had so many issues with the company. Before then though, we had this heating system in our house, and it's by a brand called Danfoss. So Danfoss do heating, and I would honestly say that I've never had a worse heating system in my life. I used to have Hatsy, and that was absolutely amazing, and I used to just be able to work it really easily, and it's a really good brand. If you have Hatsy stuff, then it's a really good brand, like in my opinion, because I've never had anything from them that doesn't work. So anyway, this Danfoss, so there I was pressing all these buttons, and okay, I basically ended up with a 0-degree kitchen. That's how cold it is, and then all the rest of my house is like 30 degrees. So I don't know what to do. And anyway, every single time I end up pressing this machine, I actually come worse off. So it will just mess up something else. It'll be like, all your heating's turned off, or congratulations, you've just turned all your heating up to 30 to 40 degrees. And oh my gosh, it's too much for me. So this woman comes round very reluctantly because it's on the snag list. So bear in mind, they have to come round, I think, from a legal perspective, I don't know. But we moved into the house, nobody told me how to use this machine. So she comes round all snotty with me, like really snotty. And she just turned to me and said, I looked it up on Google. And I just thought that was such a stupid, irrelevant thing to say. Because like, that's just making me feel like an idiot, and I don't need to. Because I don't care how she's looked it up. But I don't want to look it up on Google. I'm not looking for Danfoss stuff on Google. No, that's her job. Like, if it's on my snag list, if it's something in my house that's wrong, bear in mind, we've just bought a house off them. They can't even help just sort this machine out for me. Anyway, she didn't even sort it out. She ended up leaving, and she ended up making the problem worse than it already was. So yeah, she ended up not even doing it right. So I've still got this really weird heating system in my house that I can't work, and it's really annoying. I think that the machine's no good. I think I'll probably replace it at some point and just get rid of it and just like maybe put in another one. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm not happy. I talk about the most annoying things in my videos, I swear, but it's on my mind, and there's that. So I think apart from that though, there really isn't anything that's been happening recently. I should tell you though, that this is the nicest house that I looked around, because I haven't even shown you like a house tour yet, but I do want to. But the other houses that we looked around were nothing at all like this one. I don't know how we got this one. It's so nice. It's so nice for what we planned though. We were going to buy a house that was like half the size of it. And it just so happened that somebody dropped out of this house and they tried to sell it to us for a lesser price. And then when we bought it, they like pretty much backtracked, and this snobby woman was ringing us up like, have you changed your mind? Is there any chance you want to go for a lesser house? And yeah, that's why she probably doesn't like us, because we didn't back out. But I don't care. I don't know. I'm not going to make a big deal out of her or anything, but I think that she's annoying. And if I see her, I probably won't say hello. In fact, no, I will, but then I'll just like roll my eyes afterwards. Yeah, I'm just like that. Anyway, onto the build. I really didn't have a lot to tell you because a lot of it was just putting in a brick wall with stuff on top. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing myself. I just do things because it looks good. But here I can talk about this because I was trying to make a little dragon cave, because the whole point of Medellia is that it's supposed to be a little bit like a fantasy castle. So incorporating a dragon is just very cute to me. I love dragons. I've always wanted a dragon. I wish dragons were real, honestly. Oh, I think to myself, you know, can't somebody do something fancy with a lizard or something? Make a lizard fly. I mean, come on, we've came so far, like, we can make computers, we can make aeroplanes, we can make so many different things, but yet we can't make a lizard fly. Are you joking? I mean, what is the world at the moment, honestly? The important things, hey? So, yeah, I would love dragons. Can you imagine though? Can you imagine if we had mythical creatures? I was thinking about this the other day. And I think in like 100 years, no, more than 100 years, maybe 200 years or so. I honestly don't know, but I'm thinking that it will get to a point where we will have genetically modified animals to the point where they will have very high intelligence, but they'll be pretty much customized the way that you want them to look. That would make sense. It would make sense, but I don't know if I agree with that, but then again, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. I'm one of these people that gets pretty much offended at everything, so don't worry about me. Just don't. I get offended at a lot of stuff, but I think it would be interesting. So yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think? What is your opinion? Because I always like to think about this. I have really weird discussions with people. Every single time someone comes to my house, they'll be expecting conversations like this. I think I scared my husband's friends off because I think I was talking about aliens for like a good hour and a half, and by the end, it got crazy. Because we were mentioning fears. I think one of my biggest fears in life would be if I ever saw a giant alien. I don't think I'd be able to cope. So yeah, maybe I'll touch on that in another video and expand on that a bit more, because it sounds really odd when I say it like that. But yeah, I don't know, okay? I don't know sometimes. I like to talk about just stuff that I don't know about because it's interesting. So yeah, anyway, decorating this little bridge area. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the path there, but there is going to be a wooden bridge coming over it. So it's going to look good, but I'm going to spend a lot of time making sure that bridge looks good. Anyway, though, that is the end of the build. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you all for the next part, because that's going to be fun too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.